I'm going to show how I made some homemade hat loom tools. This is a store-bought one. It's about $1.49-ish, depending where you get it, at any craft store. And it's used for these loom kits. You slide it up under there and pull the thread over. It's got a cap on it right now because it's kind of pointy. There's more of a hook kind, which I don't like as well. There's this plastic tipped kind, which I don't know where I got that secondhand or in a kit or something, so I'm not quite sure. And when we went to Peru, we gave the natives some of these to make their hats go a little quicker when they were making their wool hats. We just took a nail, a bit larger nail, with a bigger head and bent it and then flattened it with a hammer. And you can see that one's flat and it's pointed and it works just fine. I'm not left-handed, but it works great, believe me. I would probably bend it a little bit more of an angle, but you can see it's pulling it up and it will get it over, especially when you have two hands. Crochet hooks, depending on the size, could work. That one's a little big, but these littler ones, they get only part of the thread. You can see it's only got part of the thread. So you would have to have the exact right size, and they get caught a little bit more and fray the yarn a little bit more. You can see it's a little frayed and pulled. So I was looking for our girls' camp. We are having a nautical theme, anchor kind of a thing. And we are going to be making, giving the girls each a loom and some yarn and suggesting that they make hats for people, for charities, like hospitals, for children's hospitals, babies, newborn babies, to send overseas for emergencies, homeless shelters. So I have all different sizes of hat looms that we're giving them, and we're trying to go cheap. We've spent the money we had for other things, and so I wanted to make some of these. Like I said, but I didn't really think the nail would be the best bet. It's kind of sharp and pokey through the fabric. We made them some bags. You can see on my blog, thesecretisgratitude.com. Go down to the bottom of the home page and there's a search engine. You can type in beach bag and you'll see the cute bags that we made that these things are going to be in. And so I kind of wanted to make them nautically yet functional. So I do my favorite thing. I go to the recycle center and I went looking around their junk pile. We're friends with the guy over there, and he just lets me kind of take what I want and return things and throw things in the dumpster as I need. And I was thinking this might be good because it's plastic coated, but it's about the same thickness as the metal one, and the metal one is already bent. So I went with that instead of this one, just because I'm going to tape a handle on them anyway, and this one is already bent. As you can see, I just have to clip them off with these wire cutters, these tin snips. I just clip them, and then they come off like this, ready to go, and I'll make a couple of shorter ones with these other ones. But and then once they're cut off like that, I take my little Dremel tool with the grinding stone on it, or you can use an actual grinder. I have a larger grinder I use for bigger saws and hammers and things, axes. But this grinding tool worked just fine, and I had flattened this tip on this one, but on this one I don't think I'm going to flatten. I'm just going to make a little more of a point on it, and then dull the edge. Like this one is not so sharp as the other ones, but it's still sharp enough, and it fits just in that groove. As you can see, it fits perfectly in the groove and grabs the entire thing. Like I said, I am not left-handed. So anyway, it'll grab the whole thing and pull it up and over. So it's the perfect size, and it was free. Then what I did is I took a paper towel and I just folded it in thirds, and then I rolled it in tightly around the handle of this, and then I took some of our cute nautical tape that we're using on our little blow darts that we're going to be making. I had some left over from when I was wrapping the darts, and you can see that on my blog too. Just go and search darts in the search engine at the bottom, and you'll be able to see that post where I make those. And then I just cut off enough, that much, and then I wrapped it on the edge of the paper towel and just wrapped it tightly around, because I didn't want the sharp edge coming through the top. So I left it long enough that I could squish it down over both sides of it. And then that is their little tool, and it is a little bit longer than that one, and you could cut it off and make it a little bit shorter, but I actually kind of like it longer. And I like it a little bit better than these ones because these ones are really pointy and they gouge. This one's not, but some of the ones I have are. It gouges and scrapes the inside of this so much that they get rough. So I kind of actually am a little bit more excited about the wider ones. If you could find these, let's see, you can. They seem to work okay. They might fall off a little bit easier, but it just depends on the angle. But I don't know where this came. I only have 2 of these, and they came in I bought a container of crochet hooks, and they were in there, so I don't know where they actually came from. I think that's where they came from. But I have also used a paper clip when I've been desperate traveling, and we're making them for charities, whatever. You can see I flattened the tip of this one just using a hammer and kind of dulled it by pounding the edge of the hammer, and it would work as well. Not my favorite one, though. I actually like the nail better, but this one is actually great if you have the money to buy them. But we're making 25 or so of them, so I'm just trying to save $25. And this one was basically free because we already had duct tape, and I got this free from the recycle center, and I already have the tools and the things to do it. So anyway, I thought I would share that. I thought that was kind of fun if you were going to make them for charity or something. And I know a lot of people make the wooden ones of these, or I purchase them at secondhand stores and yard sales whenever I see them, and I got enough for camp, and I've donated them. Like I said, when we go down and do service missions, I take a load full and we give them out down there as well. We can use just scrap yarn that we have. And my daughters, if you also look on my blog, there's several donations to babies and children's at the hospital. And you can just type in hat and hospital, and that will come up on my blog as well. So hopefully I gave you some great ideas today and easy ways to make those tools. And if you can't find something like that, like I said, shelving from an old fridge or something will work. Also a dishwasher rack, because that has the plastic coating on it as well, would work. So and that might have the curves on some of those that you need. So just go to a recycle place that takes appliances. Or if you see one on the side of the street, just ask the person if you can take out the racks from the dishwasher or something, and then you can, have enough to make how many ever you need.